Well, Heather Berryhill is back this afternoon with a very easy pressure cooker recipe for us. In today's Cooking Corner, she shows us how to make pot roast with pearl onions, carrots, and mushroom gravy.
Hi, Heather Berryhill here. Welcome back to my home kitchen. Okay, today we're going to make a pot roast in a pressure cooker with some pearl onions and mushrooms and mashed potatoes. It's the perfect fall meal for you and your family. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is to get our pressure cooker on the saute section just so that it's heating up because we're going to sear our meat first. So the next thing we need to do is season our meat. I'm going to go ahead and put some kosher salt and fresh cracked black pepper on all sides of the beef. Okay, since my pressure cooker is pretty small, I'm going to go ahead and cut this beef in half so I can sear it evenly. Next, we're going to put just a little bit of canola oil in the bottom of the pressure cooker so that we can sear our meat. Okay, the oil is hot, so I'm going to set it in the pressure cooker and let it sear. Okay, so our beef has been going for a little while. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. It's got a little sear. Okay, this piece has been going for about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take it out and do the other piece. Okay, this second side looks good and seared, and I'm just going to take it out and let this just sit while we move on to some other things right now. So what I have here is some frozen pearl onions. They've been peeled, and we're going to put that into the pressure cooker with all the oil and the bits from the meat. I also have 8 cloves of garlic that I peeled and just roughly chopped. So all of that goes into the pressure cooker. All right. So we're putting in those pearl onions and the garlic, and we're just going to stir that around for just a few minutes. Okay, next we're going to just throw in some mushrooms, give them a toss, and then I'm going to put some salt and pepper in here. We're going to season, a little salt, and lots of pepper. Okay, so this has been going for probably 5 or 7 minutes. Just let it cook down just a little bit. We're still on the sear setting. I'm going to go ahead and add in 1.5 cups of any dry red wine. This is just an inexpensive Cabernet. Then I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. Then we're going to add just 1/2 cup of water. Okay, at this point we can turn off the saute setting. I've got some rosemary, sage, and thyme tied together, and I'm just going to toss it in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just nestle in just some raw carrots that I've cut into big chunks. The next thing we do is just snuggle that seared chuck roast into our pressure cooker. So I think part of the secret is just adding some creamy mushroom soup to this. Just pour it in before we go to the pressure setting. Okay, so we're going to put it on the pressure cooker setting for 1 hour. Okay, so we're ready to just release the pressure. We're going to take all of the pot roast out of the pressure cooker. So the great thing about a pressure cooker, normally this would take about 3 hours in the oven, and it's ready in 1 hour. And just look how tender. Just shreds easily with 2 forks. What goes great with pot roast, I went ahead and made just some homemade mashed potatoes. So we're going to put just a pile of mashed potatoes on a plate. I'm going to take those carrots and put them next to the mashed potatoes and the pot roast. Last thing I like to do is just put a little bit of that mushroom gravy all over the top of everything. I like to top with a little bit of parsley. So there you have it, pressure cooker pot roast that your whole family is going to love. For more recipes like this, go to the research.com website or follow me on Instagram at justmeheatherb.